My wife once got me a t-shirt that said, "I hate people," with a picture of a travel trailer on it. Because I like being by myself, and that was long before I discovered that I had social anxiety. So recently I was watching a YouTube video about what not to do on attending group rides. And the things that were what not to do are probably the exact same things, and not all of them, but some of them would be if I was to attend rides. So one of the very first things this YouTube creator said was, when you show up to a group ride, introduce yourself to everybody. Introduce yourself to this person, that person. Hey, that's my motorcycle. Hey, how are you doing? This is my motorcycle. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I will talk to people. I'll be like, hey, how's it going? What are you riding? This kind of thing. But I'm not going to make a point of going to some group ride and talking to everybody and introducing myself to everybody and saying, this is who I am and there's my bike. Now, I totally get the reason for it. You want to be social. If you're doing a group ride, people want to know that they can trust you on the group ride and know that you're not going to be crazy. Now, I'm going to probably suggest, someone would see my v-strom here and think that I'm not going to be doing wheelies and I'm not going to be acting like a squid in some group ride. But as a guy with social anxiety and an introvert, I can't do that. I could introduce myself to a couple people, but that's it. And the other thing was, leading into that was he was really saying that it's that person that is going to be the person that might be riding kind of stupid in the group ride that nobody's going to want to be around. Well, I'd like to pride myself in not doing something stupid. I'm old enough and I'm smart enough that I'm not going to be trying to keep up with the group. If they're on a bunch of sport bikes and they're going super fast, I'm just going to drop back. He made some really good points as well. He said, don't be that guy that says, hey, why don't we do this route instead? Because I've never done a big group ride, and I guess you'll have a ride leader and a ride plan, and that makes total sense. You have to have somebody in charge, and I like that. I'm not about to be that guy that's going to start saying, hey, no, how about this route? Because again, that's not me. Even if I think there's a better route, why would I say that? I just want to be along for the ride. I don't want to be in charge. If I want to be in charge, I will organize a group ride. I will never organize a group ride. The person was saying, don't be that guy that stands off in the corner and everybody's wondering, like, who's that guy? Is he with us? Is he not with us? Well, again, that would probably be me. I'm going to be somewhat social and I will talk to people, but I will be the guy standing off to the side. I'm not going to be the guy standing in the tight group because I don't like that. It makes me uncomfortable. So, in watching this video, it kind of thought, I got it. I totally get where he's coming from and the reason for it. But I also think that you're going to alienate a lot of people that might want to try group rides, but socially, they might be a bit awkward, like me. Social anxiety or introverts, they don't want to be out there. And if you watch this video, it kind of makes you think, like, well, I'm an introvert. Well, I guess I'm not doing that. Now, having said that, I already know I'm not going to be doing any big group rides. If I'm going to do a group ride, it'll be with a few friends, maybe some people from work, but even then, there'll be that caveat that I'll put out there that, I might leave at any time. And I think they would all understand that. And I would be okay with that as well if someone said to me, they're like, hey, I'm here for a group ride, but I'm probably going to, I might peel off at some point. As long as you know that someone's going to peel off and they're going to leave, and you know that ahead of time, and they disappear, then you can not worry that maybe they broke down, and then hopefully they didn't break down. But yeah, I just don't want people, I'm going to just say it, people like me, or maybe with people that are worse than me, who might want to try group rides, to not be alienated from that group ride. And if it was me, yes, I'll be a little bit social and probably introduce myself to the ride leader and maybe the couple of people that I might be riding around. But I'm not introducing myself to the whole group. I'm not going to every single person. especially if it's a big group ride. You know, I have a friend of mine that just recently went on a group ride. There were 80 riders. They broke into 3 groups. Am I going to introduce myself to 80 people? No. And I'm not standing on my soapbox and saying, hey, I'm Spoked in the Eye. I'm here to ride. Please welcome me. No, that's not going to be me. Anyway, that's just my little rant on that. It's kind of a thing about, you know... Oh, back to the t-shirt. I don't hate people. I just don't like being around people. Hey, there's motorcycles going away. Hey. I just like being by myself. Here I am, riding again by myself. I love it. Anyway, take care. Ride safe.